Hi, this is Lydia on Lydia Bates Creates. Thanks for joining me. So I wanted to show you what I got from Temu. I've been placing pretty consistent orders on Temu, and it's now slowing down. I think I got pretty much what I need for now. There might be a few things out there, but I did look into getting capybara stuff. Capybara is a rodent that lives in South America. It can weigh up to about 150 pounds, and I think it's the largest rodent on Earth. So I noticed that on different platforms, people make loads of stuff. So I did get a few things, and I'll show you what I got. Let me just set this to the side. So I'm going to take some of this stuff out so you can see it. Well, maybe not. I don't like to. But anyway, you can pretty much see it here. These are little cutters. Now, I didn't expect these cutters to be so big, but no problem. I can still use them. They had a lot of stuff, and I figured, well, let's just try to see what we can come up with. And then here we are. We have some stencils, and I thought, well, I'm going to be making some different things, so I think a stencil maybe, I'm pretty sure I can use them. So these stencils are, these are about 7 of them here, or 6 of them, and they're really, really adorable. Isn't that cute? And like I said, on different platforms such as Etsy and on Instagram, capybaras are like really, really been popular. Oh, this is cute. So I think what I'm going to start at some point is I'm going to be using these stencils, which I'm excited because I can draw, but not, I think drawing a capybara is actually relatively easy. I'm going to also try to sculpt one in clay and see how it looks, and I don't know what exactly I'm going to do with it, but I always like to get stuff like stencils, and because they're really not expensive and you can't get them in your local craft shop. But yeah, these are definitely going to be making lots of things from these stencils. I used to think that stencils were always for kids, but if you can't draw, it doesn't matter. You can use stencils in your work. I'm excited for these, and I bought these on a whim. I just happened to Google it, or not Google it, I searched it on Temu, and I tried to figure out, do I really need it? And I always tell myself, yes, I need it, but of course, that's, just more stuff for me to do. But anyway, this is a capybara silicone mold, and this is 6 of them in one. So as you can see, there you go. These are cute, and I think I have a plan for these. I'm going to make sure they can sit on a desk or something, but this should be nice to work with. Now, like I was saying earlier, I don't think you really need a mold for a capybara. I've sculpted stuff for years, way back in the 80s, and I enjoy sculpting, but I'm also under the gun to mass produce things. So I bought a couple more of the cutters, and I always get, I bought a couple more cutters, and I think these were only a few dollars. Anything on Temu was relatively inexpensive. So I did buy a couple cutters, and I also bought a Highland cow. Highland cows are also trending right now. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. A lot of times when I make my purchases, I don't have to know exactly what I'm going to use them for. I usually try to come up with like 3 or 4 things when I make a purchase so that I don't end up getting things that I'm not going to be using. But anyway, like I said, I've been spending pretty much most of my money on Temu for the smaller cutters for my clay. Get this back in the package. There we go. And then I also have, oh yeah, this one. These cutters are nice. Now this was an impulse purchase. I've actually bought a whole lot of these type of cutters, and what's nice about it is they come with like a little notch on the back and the imprint, and there's several. I don't even know how many's in this box, but then they have the cutter plus the piece that you can imprint with. Now there's at least 10 or so in this bag, So again, I just bought them because I'm going to be making lots of ornaments. But working in production, you want to go fast. So that's one of the reasons why I bought them. But like I said, I have a lot of projects on my plate. And sometimes I'm a little bit ambitious. I don't like to just stop at a few things. They kind of look like little bears, but technically it's a capybara. Capybara, excuse me. So they look kind of bear-like, but they have long tails. And they're actually cute. You know, I'm not a fan of rodents. Actually, I'm afraid of them. That's why I have my cat, in case anything happens. That cat will get to it before it gets to me. So that's not why I have my cat, but that's one reason why. But anyway, so that's my haul from Temu. I had pretty much wrapped up buying on Temu. I actually got some racks from Temu that aren't as sturdy as I wish they were. But that's pretty much it. I might get more racks from them. It just depends on how I align my apartment up. I just recently moved and my place is a lot tinier. So I have to try to negotiate the space that I have because it's so expensive with rents everywhere in this country. And I got a very low price. So that's why I figured moving here was a good idea. So that's pretty much it for now. I am going to be going over the actual making stuff now. I think I've talked enough on these videos. A few weeks ago, I was not going to even be on the video. I said, there's no way I'm going to show myself on a video. No way. So I just did a few changes. I just changed up my hair a little bit, threw on some makeup and said, let's go. If they can do it, this chick can do it. I'm just a little camera shy, but I'm getting the hang of it now. It is not as bad as I thought it was. So I certainly will be posting more videos. I'm going to start now officially doing the content. So stay tuned for that. And please, please like and subscribe to Lydia Bates Creates YouTube channel. And I will spell it for you. It's L as in Larry, Y, D as in David, I-A, B as in boy, A-T as in Tom, E-S, Creates, C-R-E-A-T-E-S, Lydia Bates Creates. That's my new channel. We're on the King's Canine Cookies channel to show this because the other channel won't let me post too much except shorts, which I will be doing. I did a lot of shorts already, but I'll do a few more. But this channel is going to be dedicated to, rather, Lydia Bates Creates channel is going to be dedicated to tips and techniques that I've learned. We're going to be using acrylic paints, pastels, oil pastels, resin projects, which is very exciting. I cannot wait to show you the resin projects that I'm going to be doing, even though I've seen it before, but it's just fun to make. So we do resin projects, but my primary one is the polymer clay, because polymer clay you can do so much with. And I have sold a lot of that stuff years ago. And, you know, doing local craft shows is an option, but not really the best option unless you have a car that you can travel out of the area to do all these shows. And I used to do that, but no car right now. So I am going to be going online at some point. But the first project that I'm working on is stuff for the animal rescue groups. There's one in particular that's having an auction next month. And I told them that I'm going to come up with stuff. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. None whatsoever. But I have a very creative mind. And I'm an experienced crafter, especially in polymer clay. So I will be going over and officially starting today, making something. We don't know what that is. I think possibly we're going to start with the ladder covers, something simple. I have no idea because I'm going to wing it a little bit in the beginning. I usually keep a log of what I'm going to be making, but my logs are like scattered a little bit. So we're going to look into going into our holiday season, which is Halloween. I'll be showing Halloween stuff very soon. I have all the cutters, so there's no more excuses. I got to get working on this stuff. So stay tuned for that. And again, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is, one, I get my first project done, I am going to give it away for free. Once I hit so many subscribers, I'll randomly pick someone. So look out for that. We have to be at 50 subscribers on Lydia Bates Creates. And as a teaser, I will make something and I'll give that away to one of the subscribers. Maybe we'll do a few of them, not just one. So we'll just do a few. We'll get a free prize, because it's important that I do this, because I've always been a crafter. I've never done anything on social media as on this level, but there's a lot of encouragement and there's a lot of people who are very successful at it. I have not a lot of experience in drawing in watercolor. I have started in watercolors, but I'm not really experienced in it. But as we learn, we're going to grow and we can teach people how to do things. So look for that. I'm going to end my video now, and shortly I think I'm going to go live and I will be showing some of the work that I do. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for joining me and have a nice day.